So, baby, Dave on the beat. But of course,
yo, reporting live from the kitchen, DMV, downtown Silver Spring, live on Cultural over Corporate TV. Look, we got Ed the Artist, man. You know what I'm saying? Ed the Artist out here, y'all.
Appreciate you having me, man. Long time. Been a long time.
Man, Ed go way back. When I used to work at DTLR with Wale back in the day, Ed would always come in there. You know what I'm saying? I think back then he was working with Miskeen, and you was coming in there doing shirts and like you always been lit, bro. For like damn near 20 years, bro. You've been litty.
20 plus
here,
years.
Bro. 20 years you've been litty out here, living off your craft. Like living off your craft. Let's take it back to the journey because when I met you, you was already lit. So let's take it back to where in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like where you grew up at?
So
Start there.
I'm originally from Montgomery County, White Oak, Maryland.
Okay, all right.
Grew up in White Oak.
Moco.
Yep. So growing up there, you know, at first, you know, yeah, the Oak.
Like
650, 650.
By the little Caesars and all that.
Giant Sears and
Sears, yeah.
Yep,
I used to become my cousins. Used to live over there. I used to be in the behind apartments behind the White Oak Shopping Center.
Yep.
All them little apartments back there.
There was a little trap, you know,
used
there's
to
a
be
little
back there,
pocket,
bro.
right? That's
Like,
a pocket of the
facts. The pool and everything back there. Like, nah,
You gotta-
definitely
yeah.
is litty back there.
Yep.
Facts.
So back then, you know, when I was younger, I never even expected myself to be making like money off of doing art. I always loved playing football back in the days. I always loved football. We used to play neighborhood football all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, through high school, I played. You know, and I was decent.
Yeah.
But later on in life, when things got a little harder in the household, me and my mother ended up having to move out of White Oak and then more into the city, and actually DC. And at the time, there was a trend going around with glitter T-shirts and painted T-shirts like City Life and All Days and those clothing lines. So naturally, being in that environment, I adopted those styles and started wearing it. And you know, but after a while, I was like, man, this stuff is I could probably do this too because I've always been creative. Like growing up, I always knew how to paint and stuff. So I remember one day I was at my boy house, my boy Eddie. He actually had some of the paint that they would use to paint do these clothes, and he actually like said I could get a bottle of it and just play around with the colors and stuff. Gave me that bottle, and ever since that's where it started at, you know, just doodling on hats and stuff like that.
What age was that?
Probably 17, 18.
Wow.
I was drawing just more on hats, not really on T-shirts like that. It wasn't until I got to I never really drew on paper too much. That wasn't really my thing, unless I was in art class and we had a project. But I picked up the paint bottle, fabric paint, and you know that's how I started.
That was the first time you painted the look.
Yes.
Clothes have always been your canvas.
Yes, in the beginning, yup.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Clothes is your canvas. All right.
Closing my canvas.
I like that. You take that, I need 10%. So look, so let's talk about Miskeen. Miskeen was like, you had Aja Imani, and you had Miskeen. Miskeen was one of those brands where you know they were very popular and they used the paint and stuff like that, but they was like based out of Philly. Am I correct?
Yep.
So how'd you link up with them, being from this area?
Let me tell you. So crazy thing is, I put so much work into doing hand painting, like all the way from high school all the way up to going to community college at PG.
Yeah.
I never stopped doing it. I always was consistent with it to a point where I was even putting clothes in like fashion shows like Howard Homecoming, Morgan State, Bowie State. And then one day I seen stores carry this brand with splatter colors all over it, and they were selling the shirts for like $80. And I was like, Miskeen, I was like, what is that? And like word on the streets, it was that it was one person that went to Howard that was painting all these clothes, and I was like, man, they killing it, man. But these shirts are just color splattered. But later on, my best friend Nugget told me that Miskeen was a full blown clothing company that had 4 owners that originated the whole company, and they had like 30 hand paint artists, and it was based out of Philly. It had a whole operation, production line, and everything. So he's always been a researcher, so he printed out like he told me that the company was hiring. He printed out like it was like 30 pages you had to fill out. Like you had to fill out your pretty much a resume, portfolio, application was like 30 pages. I ain't never fill it out. You know, Miskeen kept on getting bigger and bigger, and then you know I used to go to Howard a lot, and there was an office across the street where my boy had his office. His name is Justice. They had this brand. Him and P Cutter had this brand called Street Wars.
730 Justice here.
Justice, shout out to my boy Justice. Now I always to go over there and politic with him and kick it with him, and I told him that, you know, I wanted to do something with a brand. You know, he said, yeah, I got this brand and that brand. I know. I said, oh, man, there's a company called Miskeen. He's like, I know that brand too. I know the owner of that too. Matter of fact, the barber downstairs, the owner, Dannon, I was cool with him too, is good friends with the owner. So, and I went downstairs to talk to Dannon, and Dannon gave me the owner's business card, and he told me to just tell him I sent you. And I called the owner. I met up with him the week after that, up against the wall at Howard University, which is not there no more, of course.
This old DC.
Yeah. Met up with the owner, Kenya. Kenya's the owner, and I brought a portfolio. I had a book of Polaroid pictures of my work, of people wearing my stuff, and I showed him my work, and he was impressed, and he said, if I want the job, I can get it. And I asked him if I could work out of DC, and he was like, absolutely not. So I had to pretty much take a chance and prepare myself to move to Philly. Yeah, but basically, yeah. I wanted to be convenience, you know. I wanted to stay here. I was uncomfortable thinking about moving to Philly. You know, I've never lived anywhere else besides the DMV, and I was still young. I was still kind of young, so. But I actually took that chance and prepared myself to move out there. I actually went there during spring break to check out the company. He invited me out to check out the whole operation and the headquarters. And man, I was so amazed at the whole internal process of it. It blew my mind away. Like I was like, oh my goodness, like the showroom and everything.
They still moving. I just was.
They just relaunched. I just went to their a couple of days ago. I went to their grand opener for their showroom. That's still my old school partners.
I was at the Agenda show. And they was there.
Yep.
And I was like, dang, they still rocking.
They still rocking. They got their name back, and they pushed the restart button, and now it's a different time now. You know, it's a different formula out here to move things. Definitely. So they got to figure things out. You know, but big props to them because they went a long ways and they went through some stuff, and
definitely
they gave me the opportunity in the beginning. I always appreciate that, and
the only Miskeen shirt that I got, you made it, bro.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
But you put my government name on it, so I couldn't wear it. You know what I'm saying?
Is this a true story?
Yes, because Eric, you know Eric from DTLR.
Yo, that's
PG,
great.
Eric DTLR PG. That's what we was working at, and you was there from Miskeen, but you was just making shirts for the staff.
Yeah.
So I guess he just gave you my government name, and I came to work and was like, yo, Ed was just here. He made you a shirt. I'm like, damn, I wish I was here. I would have told him to put XO on that.
That's funny, yo. I painted so many shirts, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it was you made a shirt for this producer group that we had back in the day, and Jamie had made it happen, and I still got the shirt in the crib.
I think
you
might
made
remember that.
Jones and you missed like an A on one joke. My boy had it. It was like, damn, bro. But I still got my shirt in the crib. I wanted to bring it today too, man. I would have brought it, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see you again, bro. I'm gonna show you that shirt.
I want to see. I definitely want to see a picture of it for sure.
And the shirt probably 3X.
I used to wear 2X, and I'm small. I'm way bigger now. You know what I mean? Like
it's still in my closet though. That shirt ain't going nowhere, bro.
I'll save it, yeah, for sure.
So after Miskeen, where'd you go? Because I seen you body painting. I was like, yo, my man Ed took it to another level.
Well, I actually started body painting through Miskeen. You know, working for Miskeen, I was started to travel. We call them pop-up shops now and stuff, where, you know, Miskeen has thousands of accounts with different retailers across the country and overseas. So every month we'll pick like 2 or 3 stores to go to and do an in-store with, you know, and they'll promote it on the radio, make a big event where we'll come and customize shirts live for the customers as long as they buy a shirt.
Right.
So there was this one store in Nashville that wanted to do a 1 year anniversary for their store opening. They had me and 2 other artists come out and do the in-store with them with the shirts. And then for the after party, they wanted like 3 models painted. Or 4 models painted. I painted 2 models and my other 2 artists painted 1 each. Yeah. And we did the girls behind scenes, and when we brought the girls out in the crowd, the crowd went crazy over these girls. Yeah. So in my mind, I was like, maybe I could do this as a side hustle, and that's how it started. Going from, that one club to just kind of like experimented with a couple models, like and then I brought it to DC.
Yeah,
I
remember.
Yeah, so I brought it. I can go into that too. I remember Cafe Asia.
Yep.
My boy Mitch.
17 for I.
Mm-hmm. My boy Mitch Mathis, first person to book me for body painting in the city. So shout out to my boy Mitch.
Dope.
He it was always dope because I took a model or 2 and I'll put them on top of a stage or anywhere like a platform, and I'd paint them live in front of everybody. That's what was the excitement of,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was exciting for me when I seen it. I was like, wow. And that was a new thing.
Now, I might have put I might have put your name on one of the models one time if I, you know what I mean, like that. But on the actual body, I think that's a little better than the T-shirt, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Because seeing that is like it's like the opposite of the strip club. You know what I mean? It's like it's an elegant way of having like sort of kind of the same experience, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, you know what I mean? Like I really laugh. But so let's talk about after that, you know what I mean? Like you just told me you did something for Missy and the Grammys and all that.
I got so much. The storyline is crazy.
Like how many celebrities? What's the first big celebrity you work with? And then let's work our way up to that point.
Huh? Oh, that was some body paint. That was some body painting I did. I've been on Love and Hip Hop like 3-4 times. They hired me like 3-4 times to paint. Yeah. One time it was where Margot, the one that was married to Nico, was she had an art show and she wanted me to paint girls live on there, and I did that. I painted Arian, one of the cast members, and then 2 models that I got, and then everybody's calling me, I just seen you on Love and Hip Hop. That was the biggest look, but the other 3 were like, they were all right, but this one, that one was good, but. I mean, from working with Miskeen and leaving because there was a transition period where because I had ended up leaving Miskeen and I took body painting full time when I moved to Atlanta. That's
right.
Or like 80%. Yeah. Yep.
Did you know that you were about to do more body painting than anything else?
Yeah. Well, so what happened was when I started doing the clubs more, it caught on here and everybody knew me for doing all the body paint in the clubs, like through the city, live. I was that known dude for body paint. Nobody was really thinking about body paint before me, unless you were like in the other world, like body paint festivals.
I never even heard of it. You know what I'm saying? Never heard of it. Never seen it until my man right here.
Yeah. So after the fact, near the end of Miskeen, when Miskeen was kind of like going downhill, I'm fast forwarding a little bit. Yeah. I started looking at my body paint works. I was taking the style of Miskeen and putting it on bodies. Mm-hmm. But I was like, man, I'm doing this too much. I kept on repeating the designs. So I got to change it up. I got to start doing some concepts, and I got to start doing some creative photo shoots with the body painting. And I'll tell you how I got popular with the body paint faster too. This is just like most social media is always like something, whatever was trending at the time, I used that to my advantage. I was always good at catching on to things fast, and it was a time where Facebook, when you posted something and you tagged 50 people in it, you would end up getting like 300 friend requests in like a minute. So I did that with all my new body paint photo shoots that I did, new concepts, and I got all these friends on Facebook. And that was the time if you had 5,000 friends on Facebook, you were lit, even though it doesn't really count if you requesting, you know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah, so that's how I got popping with the body painting, and the transition from me going from Philly to Atlanta was when Miskeen kind of like went down, and I was like, I'm gonna move to Atlanta and become a celebrity body painter, and that's what I did. Yep.
So talk to us about that, like Atlanta, boom, you didn't really want to go to Philly, but you wanted to move to Atlanta. So how was that culture shock? Yeah. Like how was that getting used to that?
Well, it was way more fast paced. Philly is
in Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta's fast paced when it comes to the industry. With hip hop, like that's when hip hop was like starting to like go like 100 miles per hour. Like you know, like all the artists from Atlanta were the popping artists.
It's a lot of business out there.
I was okay. Let me rewind a little bit. While I was at Miskeen, I was also flying to Atlanta to. I started going down there for marketing, and I started like connecting with music video directors and stuff, and building relationships with them. Right. So like. One director, Gabriel Hart, Video God, aka Video God. You know, that's my boy. I connected with him, and we were doing a lot of big videos. He like put our stuff in the videos. We didn't have to pay for advertisement or anything with Miskeen. He just said, look out, you know, just do artwork in the like do a mural or something or paint a couple girls and we're good. You know, Miskeen was already paying us, so it was kind of like it was a win-win situation. So I connected with him. So by the time I got back to Atlanta, I already had relationships from traveling to Atlanta, and you know. Beforehand with Miskeen and already knew rappers and everything. You know, I remember a time I was in Atlanta and I met I was at a video shoot with at the time Player Circle, Titty Boy and Dollar Boy, Titty Boy's 2 Chainz and Bobby Valentino, and I ended up connecting with 2 Chainz former manager there, and got her number and we connected while I was out there. Basically, I called her and I was like, I wanted to get some clothes for them because they're performing in the Dub Car show or something. And she was like, well, they're over at the studio on the south side. Right. So I went over there and I painted 2 shirts on the spot for Dollar Boy and 2 Chainz. And when I did it, they loved the work. So fast forward to Atlanta, I bumped into 2 Chainz at a video shoot, a Waka Flocka video shoot. It's a party, that song. And I saw him, I was like, what's up, bro? He's like, what's up, bro? And I was like, you know, remember the Miskeen? He's like, yeah. I was like, man, I don't do Miskeen no more. I body paint now. He's like, no, I need you. Let me get your number and blah, blah, blah. So a week later, I had to come to DC and he called me and he was like, Ed, could you meet me? I want to do this video concept with you with body paint. I was like, I'm in DC right now. He's like, call me when you get back. I'm on your time. So when I got back, I went to the studio. I met up with him at the studio and we came up with a whole concept for this song called Feeling You. It's on Codeine Cowboys.
That's my shit.
Okay. All right.
And basically he wanted he was basically laying in the bed and like he's imagining something and the concept was where basically I told him we should do something where I get an animal print. We do an animal print and he's laying down, falls asleep, and the girl is on the bed, body painted in that same animal print, blended into the blanket, not on the side, and he waking up with the girl. And then the next concept would be where he's in the living room and I'm doing a mural canvas for him in the living room and he fall asleep, wake up, and the girl is coming out of the canvas blended in. So we ended up doing it. And from there, you know, I built a relationship with 2 Chainz and we did like, up to this day, we still cool, you know, and
that's what's up.
100 plus videos later with other artists. Yeah.
Wow, man.
Name them. Run down the list.
Name drop them? Okay.
I mean,
2 Chainz, I probably did like 5-6 videos. Future, I did like 5-6 videos. Gucci, probably like 10 plus videos. Drake and Waka Flocka, round of applause. Did body painting the whole scene for that video. I was actually in that video too with the art.
How was it?
Huh?
Yeah.
President is black.
My president is black. Okay. Okay, so my president is black. Okay.
Oh.
My president is black. So the director, that was my boy Gabriel Hart. That shot that video, right? It was, let me see, it didn't start off good. It did not start off good. Let me tell you why. So Miskeen already had a relationship with Young Jeezy back in the days where we did the snowman shirts for him, right? Remember the snowman shirts? We ended up doing mass production with them shirts. We did some type of deal with him and we started doing mass production. But it got bad publicity by some news company in Philly. And so the owners of Miskeen try to save face with the whole meaning of snow. You know what I mean? So these were the owners that took over Miskeen. These dudes wanted some shirts that said "Say No to Snow" and put it in the news, and it made it into the news. I said I'm not doing that, but they got like 3 artists to do it, and then so I had to bite the bullet for that. That's after crazy. The fact when the director was like, told me to come, Gabe told me to come and let's talk to Jeezy about, I got some Miskeen shirts to put in the video and do something. When Gabe introduced me to Young Jeezy, Jeezy was like, man, I don't F with Miskeen. They F me back in the days, man. But he can give them to my little brother. I was like, man. I was like, damn, that's crazy. You know, but what's crazy is I had an in-store. There was an in-store with Young Jeezy when Coach K was managing him at DTLR on 8th Street one time. And I brought him a shirt there. And Coach K wasn't, shout out to Coach K. Coach K wasn't cool, like, had to ask Jeezy, do you sure you want this shirt? And Jeezy was cool. Yeah, like, you know, I want, you know, he was cool then. But fast forward to the video shoot, he wasn't messing with Miskeen. So I was like, man, that's an L right there. But the director, Gabe, my boy, he liked the work so much. He liked my work so much, and he wanted to maintain a relationship. He called me back, like, the next week and was like, Ed, man, I got an idea for you, man. You know, can you come to Atlanta? Can you come back to Atlanta? I was like, man, you know, after what just happened, it's like, nah, we good. I got you, man. You know, I'm gonna get you to do a big piece in My President Black. We're gonna do the main part of the video. I was like, I gotta talk to the owner, send me back out there, man, because I just went out. We booked my flight and spent all that money for nothing, you know. I was like, nah, I got you. So I had pretty much to take a chance and convince the owner to send me back out. And when we got back out to Atlanta, got with the director, and he was like, yo, it'll be a good idea if we do a big circle piece in the middle of Martin Luther King Memorial, because they got a big circle piece like in the Memorial Center. They got the circle thing. We could put the piece over top of, and people stand around it. And then we could, because My President is Black, we could put a black flag on there, Obama's face on a $5,000 bill with Nas's verse, right. Miskeen and all that stuff, just like graffiti it out. Cool. So I brought another artist with me, my boy Abu. I brought him with me, and we went to get the materials. We started like at 5 p.m. We basically took 3 big pieces of tarp, took 2 and put them together, and cut out the third one, made the edges to make a huge circle. And we painted it, and it took us 12 hours to do straight. Straight did it in a cold garage, folded it up, put it in the trunk, went to Waffle House, went to sleep for a couple hours, woke up, I brought it to set. And by that time, Jeezy and them was there. They actually, instead of they wanted the memorial, they wanted to do it on Auburn, actually on the street where Ebenezer, where Martin Luther King's church is and all that, on the street. They got the permit to do it on the street. So we put the big circle on the street, and we had like hundreds of people around it. When Jeezy walked on set, he came up to me, he was like, you the one from Miskeen, right? He was like, yeah. He's like, he dapped me up and was like, yeah, this is dope, man. I'm going to put this in my house, blah, blah, blah. So I pretty much bridged the gap with that whole situation. And it made history from there. You know, from there, it was one of the biggest looks in the video. So
that's dope,
I know that took a long to explain, but.
All good. I looked that up, man. Y'all make sure y'all go back, do the research, man, and look up the video. Jeezy, My President is Black. Look at what they talking about.
Featuring Nas, yep.
Featuring Nas. That's what's up, man.
So that was the biggest look I did with my art, you know, on TV and everything.
But I don't see him. How did you link up with Missy, man? Like, how did that happen?
So that's way fast forward, right? So that's like in the last like 3 years.
Yeah, she going. Yeah, we going way too.
Oh, Missy. No. I'm giving you.
When you first meet her? Because you met her before the Grammys, right? Of course,
yeah.
When you first meet her?
I was gonna say, I never officially met her until recently. Like, I never really, because everything was through her assistant. I mean, I've talked, got in a call real quick, but it all started. I mean, do you want me to get into it, or you want to save the juicy part for later?
Get into it.
Okay, cool. So there's a store. This is my people's. There's a store in Atlanta called Superior. Shout out to Superior.
Okay.
Dominique, everybody, Brandon, all my people's there. They have a store where I carry my clothing in there. I have artwork all over it. I did a mural in there. Everything in there is like my work. Yeah. And they sell my clothes all the time. I mean, they sell out of my clothes all the time in there, like my hoodies and my hats. Mm-hmm. And, you know, one day, I guess Missy Elliot went in there and she spent like $800 on my stuff. Like, she bought like 4 hoodies and like a couple hats. And from that point, she was actually looking for me too. I wasn't available at the time, but she was looking for me. Like, they were trying to get in touch with me, but I don't know why I didn't get back to them right away. But I guess I was busy. But after that, it went from that to her keep on coming to the store, buying piece here, piece there, and then the owner started requesting certain things for her. She was like, "Oh, she wants this. Can you bring it to the store?" Boom. And then after that, her assistant hits me up directly and is like, "Hey, I'm Keon. You know, I wanna Missy wants this, and this. So they started coming to me directly. And then,
That's what's up, man.
And then, of course, she started coming to my studio, picking up the stuff, and FaceTiming Missy and showing her my everything in there. And she's like, Missy goes, I want this, I want that. Starts getting, everything. You know what I mean? Like, wanting everything. Like, she loves my work. And I appreciate it because it's like one of my favorite artists growing up. Like, she's one of
too, bro.
She's an icon. Like, freaking iconic for sure. Like,
Facts.
yeah. Like, and she's a fan of my work. She loves my work. I'm like, sheesh. I was like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? That was a different era. She's always been ahead of her time. Like,
Definitely.
like,
shout out to Missy, man.
shout out to Missy Elliot.
VA in the building.
Missy Misdemeanor
Saying?
Elliot, and but she took a long break on getting stuff from me because of COVID. She wasn't really outside like that. So like it was a while before like she hit me up again to do some more stuff. And so recently the top of the year. So
how did you just deal with life or just doing COVID? You know what I'm saying? No events going on. Ain't nobody going nowhere. Like when things slowed down, did things slow down for you? How did you adapt to that?
I honestly used it to my advantage because there was a point where I stopped going out, period. Like I slowed down going out. Like I was like, man, I've been here, done that, man. We were going to I was going to DC Live when I was 17 years old here. Right. So I started early, going to clubs when I was in high school, going to Go-Go's and Black Hole and all that. Icebox and everything, right? Yeah. And then fast forward to that, it's like, man, I like this pause a little bit. I mean, it's a little frustrating because like can't really be around nobody, but like gives me a chance to focus and be, just be to myself and focus on my craft and just isolate. I had just moved into a new art studio, and then 1 month later, COVID happened, and then like I literally moved a lot of my art supplies. I had to use my second bedroom in my crib to do my work because of COVID. Because of COVID. So right. It was one thing I don't like working from my house. So after it was like kind of Atlanta, like COVID lasted. Like out here, y'all still wearing masks like crazy. I went to Safeway today. Everybody's still wearing masks. Atlanta, everybody's outside. Like as soon as they took the limit, whatever they took the permit, everybody's outside. So like that didn't last in Atlanta. So we were back to the same almost the same thing.
That's crazy.
I was able to be real productive, and after I moved back into the studio, I got busy.
What's the most you ever made off one of your pieces?
Out of body painting everything? I would say, let me say, okay, shout out to my boy Marcel Darius, right? Mm-hmm. He was having a birthday party, and he wanted body paint. He wanted 10 models. He wanted me to paint 10 models. He paid me $1,000 a model.
I was doing the math in my head. I calculated that. Before you said it, I said it.
But it took me 4 hours to do it. So how much did that make an hour?
You made $2,500.
Good job. Yeah, that was pretty fast. Good. Yeah, you want it. Yeah, you listening. Yeah, $2,500 an hour. So
but I'm just
that's the fastest money I ever made. Yeah. Fastest money I ever made in that chunk. So
now that's dope, bro. Like 10 grand in 4 hours, man. Look, people.
Yeah, I mean,
follow your dreams, man. You know what I'm saying? Follow your dreams. Trust the process. Stay down till you come up. There's no way you're going to be able to extract the true value of time if you don't tap into the oil of self. You know what I'm saying? Who out there is getting 10 grand in 4 hours? You know what I'm saying? And he's just painting naked women. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Yo, if y'all don't stop playing and BSing with life, you know what I'm saying? My man out here painting naked women getting paid, man. You better get up off your ass.
I retired for the record. I retired that 4 years ago. Yeah, I moved in a new direction. I went back to the basics of, what I originally wanted to do. So, body painting, to be honest with you, as exciting as it was, it wasn't my true passion. But it worked. It worked, and I used it to my advantage. But I went back to the basics because I wanted people to focus on my art and not like the lust of like the women and stuff like that. I wanted, and I didn't want that to represent me. I felt kind of convicted a little bit about that because I was like, when Instagram started doing videos and stuff. I caught on it fast with going viral with videos, with having girls walk away with the body painting and stuff, and getting 1 million views here, 1 million views there. Like the panda with the panda body paint I did. You know,
all money ain't good money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had to make money and do transactions that made you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Then when you walked away from that, it's like things got bigger for you, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you're never limited to. You don't have to stoop to one thing to make money. It's like, even though it's fast money,
Yeah.
you know, like you said, it's not always good money. I mean, the art of body painting is nothing wrong with it, but when it comes to like promoting it, using lust and using women's bodies to go viral and using that
what it
as an
is.
advantage, you know, it's a little different, and that's what I had a problem with.
Yeah.
So I had to just I told myself I was gonna go back to the my original way of doing art on clothes. I do like doing collaborations, but I limit myself. Well, if it's something like MCM or New Balance, I'm definitely open to doing that. You know, I definitely want to attach my name to those brands for sure.
Yeah.
Especially, I grew up on wearing New Balance.
Yeah.
You know, I always loved wearing New Balance. Most comfortable shoe. And I got these 327s right here. Shout out to my my boy DJ24. You know what I mean? Hooking me up with, you know, a bunch of shoes. He's a New Balance rep in this area. But MCM too, you know, I mean, it was
something on their wall, right?
No, so MCM used to hire me. I mean, not used to. Let me not say used to, because they're still gonna be using me for other things. But they basically hired me to do a pop-up for them. Basically, a promotional thing where I'm a guest designer or guest artist, where I come in and if you buy, just like how we did with Miskeen, if you buy a bag or anything, you get a free customization from me. So MCM will hire me to do that for like 4 hours every time, and
That's dope.
you know, and I built a relationship with them. I'm still waiting. I really want to do a collection with them eventually. That's the end goal, you know. But
That's gonna happen.
with them, but
Yeah.
yeah. So, but you know, I also work with local brands too and individual people, but I limit myself to that because there's so many people, so many consumers that turn into entrepreneurs and doing their own brands now. So it's like, you know, like that's another thing. With all money ain't good money. You know, gotta limit myself. I don't want to overwhelm myself with you know, doing.
Yeah, just saying yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I know that was a process. How easy is it to say no? Is it easy saying no? Or was it easy saying no at first?
I mean, I don't have to really say no. You know, I could just be like, we could talk about it, or I try. Let me change it up a little bit, because sometimes when you say that to people, you give them hope. Like, I gotta be real straightforward sometimes. Sometimes I just tell them I don't have the time to do it, and that's the honest truth. I don't have the time to do a lot of brands, you know. Especially some people come to me and they just talk, and they're not serious about, you know, they just talk. They just want to have a conversation, and you know, they just small talk. You know, they just like, yeah, could you do this, and they don't follow up, and you know, so I.
Yeah. Motherfuckers be bullshitting.
Money talk, yeah. Money
Stop
talks though.
bullshitting.
So like my boy Terry, y'all know Terry Cream, right? Boy Terry Cream, yeah. So he always told me, like, man, if somebody asks you a business card, every time they ask you for a business card, and every time you see them, they say they lose your business card, man. Don't give out your business card to people like that, because they're never gonna get nothing from you. They're never gonna support you. They keep on asking for a business card every time they see you. Like 4 times they seen you, they're like,
Yeah, definitely. You gotta call them people out sometimes. Like, yo, bro, I gave you one last time. Stop bullshitting. I be doing this shit. Like, yo, you see a motherfucker bull? Yo, stop bullshitting, bro.
Now it's like, oh, you got my, you got just asked for my number last time, bro. It's the 4th time you asked for my number, man. Like, man.
Yeah, and I be hitting them. Yo, next time you ask me for my number, I'm blocking you, bro. Facts. Because that bullshit energy, that shit, man, it's like they be like agents or some shit. It's like, why is you even speaking to me for? You an undercover agent or something? You know what I mean? Nah, facts.
You didn't want to work with another clothing brand, like aside from Miskeen, like after that, like.
Well, I mean, brands definitely like Miskeen. Miskeen is I mean, Miskeen was a like original in itself. Like Miskeen Originals is most exclusive clothing line ever created. I don't think there's ever gonna be a brand like Miskeen, because we were doing 6,000 to 7,000 shirts a week, you know, hand painted. You know what I mean? So I don't think anybody could do that. Like, but I would like to work. I would like to attach. Like, I would like to collab with, you know, like different. I mean, there are other designers. I would definitely collab with like, you know, like more hype beast stuff like Bape people. Yeah. You know, Supreme. I mean, you know, and then local people like my boy Lil Duval. He got a brand called Rich Broke, and you know, I do all his custom merch for his brand. So, yep.
What about Nicki Minaj? Had your hat on or something like that?
Oh yeah. So this was a little while ago, but if you ever watched Barbershop 3, Nicki Minaj had one of my custom hats on. Yep.
That's dope, bro.
But it was random though. It was random. Not only that. This makes it even crazier. And there's another scene with Dion Cole. He was reading a magazine with a girl with my body paint on cover on Black Man magazine. That's 2. 3. There was a girl that was an extra in the movie that was in the chair getting her hair done. She was one of my main body paint models, which is crazy. All that happened in one movie, and I didn't set none of it up. Right. So
that's a blessing.
Yeah. Stylist. Some stylist. Yep. Shout out to the stylists because they make it happen.
Right. You painted something for Gucci Mane?
Gucci Mane? Yeah. I mean, that was a while back too. So when Gucci, shout out to Gucci, shout out to his wife. When he first got out the feds, he shot like a series. He shot like 100 videos, and and I was a part of like 20 of them with my boy Gabe. Again, video guy. Shout out to Gabe. And, you know, during the time, like, he got me to do something for him. Like, I think I did an ice cream canvas for him or something. So,
yeah, I remember that.
But Gucci, I rock with Gucci. He's one of the real ones in the industry to me. You know, there's a lot of, but he's solid.
Yeah. So, but you met a lot of fake people in the industry?
Of course, absolutely.
Of course,
we start name dropping? Nah, I'm not.
Of course, we can't name
I love
them.
everybody. I love everybody, though. I love everybody, even my enemies.
But what's some of the fakeness you done seen out there in the industry? You ain't got to name nobody, but what's some of those type of characteristics? Give me an example.
I mean, it'd be people from your own city. From your own city that you know, like.
That be faking. Tell a story. Tell it.
I mean.
Tell it.
Nah, I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I said don't name them, but you dropping locations and shit.
It's gonna be too.
Just drop location.
Nah, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna be. It's all positivity. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would just say like, you know, if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. You know, every situation. Definitely. You know, it might not be the right time. It might happen later. You know.
Yeah. Well, God got for us, man. Can't nobody take away. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, we don't need validation from other people, whether they from here or not here. The people that's with us, they've been with us. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never gonna stop being with us. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
So we just need more people in positions like that are like that we really rock with. You know what I mean? That's have that character purity with them. You know what I mean? Like they had a pure character. It's no like cut on it or like cut with some bullshit or woody wop and this is what makes up the individuals. Like we need pure people.
Well, I would say this. I would say that as long as you maintain your integrity and always have a pure heart in whatever you do, whatever situation, and I'm talking to myself too, you know.
Yeah.
Things will work out, and if it doesn't work out, if it's not meant to be, whoever you're meant to be around, either somebody's uplifting you or you're uplifting them. Always be the positive person that turns hate to love. You know what I'm saying? You know, just
that's
like
me all day.
Because. You know, it starts with you at the end of the day, you know? Even when you're driving and somebody's riding on your tail, you in the fast lane or you in the middle lane and somebody's riding on your tail and you're like getting frustrated and you want to like road rage, or you're in a pass lane and somebody's driving like 40 miles per hour and you're like behind them like, yo, get out like every little thing, or interacting, somebody open the door and they don't say thank you, or somebody mean mug you, they're having a bad day. You never know what happened to them that day, you know? So always keep your positive love and it starts with you and you know, at the end of the day, you know.
Facts. Yeah, you had the same energy, bro. It's been consistent over the years. Ain't never changed. You've
I
been
work
around
on myself.
Superstars. You've been around all these type of people, but you've been the same guy.
I have to humble myself. I have my moments though. I always, the love of art. I love art. God is the ultimate designer and creator and artist, and we're little pieces of him. And to actually be able to create things, you know, and have the gift of doing that, you know, I just love creating new things. You know, I love colors. I just love drawing and painting, and you know, art grows. I mean, even with fashion, like things kind of repeat itself, but it's always dope to see a new way of doing something in a different way. You know, even though it could have been repeated, but like you're doing it for the first time, you could have added a little different twist to it. But
no doubt. That's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, everybody watching out there, man, look, take advantage of the time you got, and if you talented, man, look, put it into action, man, because I seen yet another brother from our community, man. I seen him come up. You know what I'm saying? We was all together with nothing, but then he turned nothing into something and multiplied
the grace of God, because of the grace of God.
Because of the grace of God. You know what I mean? God woke us up, and you use your abilities with that grace for positivity. Even when you could have used it, like you said, you could have went on one path. You chose to go on a different path. You know what I'm saying? Because of how it made you feel. You know what I mean? Inside, you said, you know what? This may not be the best thing I can do. I can do better. And when you chose to do better, it led you to the Grammy stage. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
like
Grammys.
facts.
Grammys is just a stepping stone, and that's just a little piece of what you know, life in itself. You know what I mean? But it definitely appreciate the opportunity that Missy gave me. You know,
I see you designing houses next and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. No,
like
I do
furniture and all that. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I've done furniture. I've done a table. I did a table for Missy too. I did a Versace table for Missy. I did a Versace table for 2 Chainz.
You did a door for Michael Blackson or something like that?
I did a 2-piece canvas, Versace canvas with a sliding door in his crib.
All right.
Yeah, I actually did his whole crib. I painted his whole entire crib.
That's why I look so fly.
You feel what I'm saying?
I be seeing them on the ground.
Yeah.
So it's like so now it went from you know, it's like the universe expanding. What you're doing, it keeps getting bigger. Now you're interior designer now. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, look, no, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. But look though. I've always wanted to paint on everything. Like, I remember one time I backed into a pole or something. And I put a dent in my trunk. Yeah. I took a bumper sticker and I painted over it with my logo or my signature and put it over the dent. You know what I'm saying? Just to play off the dent, but I had my, you know, Ed Casso at the time. Yes. Over the dent.
I remember
that.
Ed Casso, yeah.
Ed and Picasso put together.
Yeah.
Yo.
That's innovative too, man. To do that on your bumpers.
So you know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean,
I seen you come up, bro, and I'm like, yo, like the evolution is great, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to do this interview because we got to show the youth that is different things that we can get into, other than like getting into the streets, getting into the violence, getting into the crime, which like it seems like the corporations, they wanted to put that on us since back in the days, all the way back in the Scarface days. Menace to Society, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, the different directors, but it's like it's one thought process in a realm of art that's putting out things that are changing the dynamic of the way people are treating and dealing with each other. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like, yo, how you feel about rap right now? When
rap?
Yeah, just rap and how was the messages put out through rap and like, you know what I mean? They because it's like a tone of imbalance where it's like, oh, it's one sided. You know what I mean? How you feel about that?
To be honest with you, no offense to no artists, you know, everybody's doing their craft and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of these big artists like Future and Drake and Cardi and Uzi, they have a crazy influence on the youth, right? Yeah. They have like a cult following, like Uzi, NBA YoungBoy. They have such a crazy cult following where these people worship these artists more than God, you know, and that's a problem. We're talking about thousands of people going to what's the
Travis Scott or something?
The festivals. What are the
Coachella Festival? And
yeah, they're flocking. There's like thousands of kids going to these But a lot of churches are empty, you know. A lot of places of faith are empty, and you know, not as full, you know. So a lot of people's hearts, they're more on these people, beings, you know, versus God, and their messages are a lot of them are morally imbalanced.
Yeah.
Can I say?
I like to use that word too. It's balance. You know what I mean?
So I think it's problematic for sure for the future in the future, and I feel like I have a responsibility to maintain you know, integrity and to have a good heart and you know, try to do everything that God wants me to do versus what I want to do.
Yeah,
you know,
facts.
And cause I mean, you have somebody like, imagine if Drake went up there and was like, you should pray when you wake up in the morning and blah blah blah. Imagine if, you know what I mean, the influence.
Or rest in peace, DMX. He just went to the concert and prayed with the people after every
That's
show.
what I'm saying. That's
the
crazy.
last time you're gonna see something like that.
See, he's remembered for that though. That's you know, even though some of his music in the beginning, but he ended like with that, like he repented and you know, so that's respect, you know. But yeah, a lot of these artists, I mean, I don't really listen to it like that anymore. I try not to, you know, when I'm in the studio, I don't have music on like that. I don't have it blasting. I be listening to a sermon or something. I'll look up different pastors. I know I sound like a square right now, but that's my life, you know. I'll listen to different sermons and different pastors, you know, just study and just even watch debates between atheist people and people of faith.
Bro,
you know,
see, me and you are similar in that way because I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always trying to gain a better understanding. When I was younger, I wasted so much time just trying to find myself. I was lost. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Now that I'm found, I know exactly what I want to do with my time. You know what I mean? So all the youth out there that's watching, hurry up, find yourself so that you can stop wasting time out here, because that's what they want us to do, be lost. And while you're lost, guess what? In most cases, they got the consumer who they don't know what they want yet. So they buying everything. They getting everything off the whole menu because they don't have a taste for, they haven't acquired their own taste for what they know. So they drinking the low quality. They don't know what the low quality is from the high quality. They just consuming.
And they make money off our ignorance.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it took me a minute to acquire a taste to know what I like and what's good. I thought some stuff was good till somebody put me on, like, yo, bro, what are you drinking? Nah, bro, you need this. Or what are you listening to? What? Bro, look, listen to this. Shout out to my man True, who used to come through DTLR and Last Stop. My man True, the bootleg dude. Remember True? Dog, True changed my life with like a couple mixtapes and had Rock Kim on it, KRS-One. And True used to be with Just, you know what I'm saying? Just, I used to be pumping in front of Just Building. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, you know what I mean? When I lit out Greenbelt, you feel what I'm saying? Because they lit on that side of town. I went to I lived in Greenbelt for a couple years. So I'm like, hold on, this dude with the long dreads and P Cutter and Street Walls is popping. I didn't know that they live right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was right by the pool, by Spring Hill Lake, you know what I mean? That's my fam out there, you know what I mean? Even though I'm uptown nigga, but I know those guys from that grind. I seen them come from the bottom. I done seen everybody. You know what I'm saying? Been around everybody. P Cutter, he still was in that barbershop to this day on George Avenue.
Yeah.
I still, man, what? You can go by that joint, you can still see him, bro.
I seen P Cut in the last few years. When I was doing the DC auto show, Washington Auto Show.
He back in that.
Yeah, he was barbering. Yeah,
like he's back barbering, doing his thing, and I seen those guys, man. Like they from being around them, they showed me the true value of time when I'm working at work, when they would come in and we there for whatever how many hours, they come in for a few hours and make my paycheck in a few hours. You feel what I'm saying? Selling DVDs and being entrepreneurial. So that motivated me to think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Seeing guys like Ed, we around the same age, but like he was really living off of what God gave him. You know what I'm saying? So everybody out there, God put something in us and we gotta use it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if we don't use it, man, we can't complain about the oppression from the corporations who we have to work for because we ain't tapping into ourselves. You know
what does my pants say?
Said the more you
see God,
the more you see God,
the more clear you'll hear His voice.
You know what I mean?
So anything with you know, what, asking what direction he wants you to go into for whatever he wants you to do, his mission for you in life, you know, it's gonna work out. You know what I mean? It might not feel like it at first, but eventually it's gonna work out in His time for you. You know, and it's gonna be better for you. So anything you do, even if He calls you to go to Africa and do missionary work, you know, if He calls you to do that, you need to go do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If He tells me to stop painting right now, I have to stop painting. If that's what He really wants me to do, I'm gonna stop painting.
Have you ever been this faith based, or was there a moment in your life where you needed to be more connected?
Absolutely, like 2019 and back, you know, I was kind of depressed and kind of like just like living like my own way, my own direction. I wasn't going down a narrow path, you know, and I was reckless, you know, just more not like evil, but like just being selfish, you know, living in selfishness. Yeah, living in selfishness. Yeah, you know, and I mean, throughout my life, you know, ups and downs, you know, battling, but God has a way of bringing you back and disciplining you and kind of like chastising you for a second and then bringing you back, you know. So
definitely, bro.
Damn, that's real.
Well, any advice you got for the kids, man? Any words you want to say to them? You know what I mean? This show really is like mainly, like I said before, so that they can see individuals like you that come from where they come from, and they can have a different inspiration to have more options of what they can be, to know that, yo, this is another option of what you can possibly be. You know what I mean?
I would say, because everything is moving way faster now than it was back then.
Definitely.
Like 1,000 times faster. Like, so now it's so much more challenging and competitive to do anything, right?
Yeah.
But I would say, for starters, don't touch any drugs in the beginning. Don't stay away from drinking. Stay away from any type of drug that you could be addicted to, so you can have a clear mind and have a strong prayer life. You know, have faith. You know, believe in God and follow God and ask for His calling for you. And whatever you work on, whatever your calling is, whatever gift you have, study it. You know, try to be as original as possible. Let it be the version of you that you're pouring out, and, you know, study it, and just look around and see what's going on, and just take in, you know.
Mm-hmm. Man, bro, you got a great life story, bro. It's almost like, you know, you can make a movie about your life, bro. You know what I mean?
No, man.
Based on where you've been around, what you've seen. You know what I'm saying? It's like God been with you, because like you said, you've been to the black hole, violent environments. Always been yourself, though.
I got some stories I got some stories in there.
Give me a black hole story. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna tell you an embarrassing one for sure.
Nah, give me a black hole story.
There's a guy that we roll with. This is a real one. Yeah. This is a guy we roll with. He was from Maryland, but he hung around all the DC people, right? I ain't gonna say his name, but I don't even know if he's still around. But he was just like no fear in there, right?
Yeah.
I remember this dude walking out of the black hole, going to somebody's car. There was 4 dudes in the car. He punched every one of them in the face in the car, all 4 of them.
Yeah.
And they didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
It was a Maryland dude. He's from PG, and you know what I mean. We in the city. We in 640 in front of 6. You know what I'm saying? And
one of my neighborhoods as well.
Yes.
Georgia and Kenya, 2 blocks down from the black hole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna get into that one.
Yeah.
No, there's another one.
You ain't got to.
No. But that was a crazy story.
That's crazy.
Wow. That's when the times when the police used to come in there with shields and pepper spray and all that, and batons, and I'm talking about in a club, man. You know, like in a club with. This wasn't even like 18 and up. This was like, what was the age for Black Hole?
It was like all ages.
Yeah,
it was all ages, because we was in 8th grade, and people would come back every Monday with the stories that happened from the black hole. You know what I'm saying? In 8th grade, like such and such neighborhood was fighting, such and such got beat up, this such and such happened, this happened. Look, every Monday is what you're hearing from the weekend and what happened at the Go-Go. You know what I mean? I was like DC and Maryland culture, because like we was going to the same clubs, so it's like that's where the thread wove right there when we go into the go-go. You know what I mean?
Imagine coming from
Maryland.
Montgomery County though and seeing it.
Yeah.
Backyard for life. BYB.
Yeah, Backyard is my
BYB.
favorite band as well. Yeah.
BYB.
BYB for life, baby. You know what I'm
G.
saying?
Big G, Winksy, all of them. Los, Sauce, EB, all the original people. You know what I mean? I was going there when I was 17 years old. I'm 41 now.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean to put my name, my age out there because I'm a little old, but but yeah,
Gotta embrace it, man. You know what I mean? You've been putting in work for a long time. Like I said, almost a dub out here. 20 years and like doing your craft and the brand is appreciated. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep going. Another 20 years is gonna be like Basquiat Warhol status. You feel what I'm saying?
hopefully it almost kind of like be in a direction like how Christian Artiger did with when he was doing Von Dutch and then he transitioned to doing Ed Hardy.
Yeah.
But he was a wild dude. He was on them drugs. That's, you know what I mean. He was on them hard drugs, and he got that fame. He made that money, and he became multimillionaire. And then, you know, he was best friends with Paris Hilton and living that life, living too fast, you know, and no moral values. Well, maybe some, but you know, like just living, you know, the way you want to. You know, fast life would drive you in that box, man. You know, put you in that box and. No, I'm an RIP. I don't want to be like that. But I want to take what I do and use my platform and you know, of course I want my art to be out there, but at the same time it's for His glory. You know what I'm saying? So,
I like how you incorporate your faith into your clothes too, like what you got right here on the pants,
bro.
I see you got hope and faith all over the hat too, and love.
All
Look at that.
I got a hat for you guys too.
Thank you,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a hat for you guys too. So
Stamp.
The fact that
Appreciate
you
you,
involve
bro.
that into your clothing, like you know, how do you feel about other brands that's out there too, like you know, like Fear of God, you know what I'm saying? They put their faith into their brands and their clothing.
I could respect it. There are some brands though that use the name of God and there's this one particular, I ain't gonna put them on.
It's all good.
What you about to say?
GID or something like that?
No. It's a brand that talks about they have God all over their clothes and they don't believe, like they don't even worship that what they're promoting. They're making money off of
It's a lot of people out here.
But it's a major
like
company that's doing it. It's a major one that a lot of people wearing doing that people know about. And I'm not gonna name blast them, but I don't respect it. I don't respect it at all. And like, you know, but I'm still not gonna put their name out there, but I have no respect for somebody that does that.
Yeah. Nah, I feel that, bro. You know what I mean? You can't play with the man with his name and don't use his name in vain and all that. You know what I mean? So
one last question for me, man. You know, do you listen to many DMV music? Like, you know, what is your thoughts on the DMV culture right now?
And I've listened to, listen to EXO.
come on.
Right,
You know,
right.
back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Like for sure. I like I think we're very underrated here. To be honest with you, like y'all underrated, man. To be like Wale, underrated. You know, like the trap artists like Trail and Glizzy. Like, I mean, there's a lot. They're a lot better than a lot of people, you know, out there that are like, and they should be like Phil Ade, you know, like.
Definitely.
You know, like, and a few others. You know, I can't remember off the top of my head, but you know, I would love to see. You know,
It's gonna take us coming together and putting some egos to the side and really growth, maturity, and acquiring some intelligence to have to have a firm grasp on the reason why unity is needed. You know what I'm saying? For us to like really come up together. We can't come up divided and separate and y'all over there getting money and everybody over there getting money.
I'm gonna tell you what y'all need to do though, and this is realistic for music.
What's that?
Y'all need to get a viral on TikTok. And that's how a lot of these artists are making it right now. The TikToks, like the Ice Spices and the all the, you know, their TikTok. They go viral on TikTok. Connected with the TikTok people. I mean, this
when I do the math, I look at the quality of songs that go viral, what type of artists, and what they talking about. Based on them three mathematical equations, me personally, I don't fit in with that. I'm gonna go viral in a different way though. I can't let y'all.
The J. Cole and the Kendricks, that's, like they don't have to do that. Like that's, like they don't have to rush to do anything. People are just waiting for what they're coming out with. But like the DMV is different when it comes to music and in the culture, and as far as like, like Atlanta is the mecca of like people doing reels and influencers. Like LA, Miami, New York, Atlanta, like people, like comedians and like these influencers doing these little reels with each other, like doing these little skits and TikToks. And out here, it's kind of like a political. It's like government, it's like young professionals. So it's like DC got to get more on the map on the media. Like they got to be more like facts. Or connect with the people in Atlanta and different, like New York and artists from there, and go to the producers that are, popping, and. That's the way. It's marketing. I mean, you got connect the dots in that way. I had to move out of DC to really expand my horizon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but God
it's a good thing that you did and moved out and be an ambassador, and then you representing for us. You know what I'm saying? And
always.
That's my man. Who did the clothes for Missy Elliot on? That's my man. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget Usher. I just did his residency show too. So
see what I'm saying? so when people do that, it like builds the pride. From within the city and even the hope, like we can make it, you know what I'm saying? And we can make it without the assistance from like so-called gatekeepers and even validation from people that don't even understand our culture. If we get enough people to line up at them doors, man, they gonna come knocking, you know what I mean? And we really already have them. We just we just have really a monopoly on the value from this area. The go-go culture has a monopoly on this whole area. It can't even be infiltrated, you know what I mean? In the early 90s, when the rappers used to come here, they used to have to perform with a go-go band. Well,
Missy Elliot just posted somebody doing go-go. Like, she just posted a go-go song. She's like, this DC go-go. You know what I mean? So people know about it, and they respect it. She respects music, But, the go-go scene, you know what? Another reason why it kind of went like this is because original songs. Yeah, go-go bands would remix songs, other people's songs. So if you have rappers and stuff that like are around and they hear that, they're like, they're using my song. Do you think they're gonna want to hop on a song and help them out and like catapult them? That could have been another issue too. But then Mumbo Sauce had original music, and that it was kind of dope. And I don't know what happened. I don't really know. I didn't really follow what happened with them, but
yeah, it is kind of hard keeping bands together. You think groups break up when you got a band dealing with like 7 people, 8 people, 10 people. It's hard to keep everybody together.
I forgot the politics of the band members and everything. Yeah, that's right.
But shout out to Backyard. They have all their original band members. They still here. They still rocking. So it definitely can be done. You know what I mean?
Let's go see them before Thursday.
Yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean?
I'm dead serious.
Man, let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen them in a minute. That's the family band, man. I like Northeast too. Or I guess it's the Wet Band now, whatever. Or
Wet Band, you know what I mean? Northeast is 2 different groups. It's Wet Band and it's Northeast Groovers, you know what I mean? And Junkyard, they still out there doing them. Rare Essence, they still cranking.
There was a go-go band at UCB. Shout out to Trey and Mikey and I met y'all, man. All y'all, we all met around the same time, man.
Facts, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
UCB.
That's a whole nother story. Going to the Palace.
UCB is the reason why Wale was accepted in this area. If it was not for UCB, I'm talking about the core of Washington D.C. Would not have accepted Wale if it wasn't if that element was not there. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't enough people in the core the DC that was into rap. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's crazy.
It was Kenny Burns who put UCB with Wale and was like, present this hip hop to the people here this way. And that's what got.
Shout out to Kenny Burns, man.
Yeah, even the production. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Southeast Slim and you know what I mean? Just like extracting our culture. This right here is representative of our culture and the way we used to, like you said, the glitter and all of that. That's something that is coined here. When I seen Miskeen, I was like, yo, they taking our thing, but it's really like a mid-Atlantic thing. That's what I learned. Like,
I was
Philly to
gonna say
DC.
them dudes was doing the original owners of Miskeen, Barik in general.
They've been doing
He was doing it early 90s, 91, 92. Like they been doing the hand painted. We just ain't see it because they were doing different brands like Tribe Vibe. They had their stuff on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They had Will Smith wearing the customs. They were the OGs of it, hands down.
That's
like
dope.
Aja,
That's
they
dope.
came way before Marlon and Aja.
Yeah.
So shout out to Marlon, you know.
Shout out to Marlon.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the bet, bro.
Wow.
But yo, Culture Over Corporate TV, man. Follow Ed the Artist. Where can they follow you at, bro?
Ed the Artist Gallery. That's my Instagram, and my website is edtheartist.com.
Follow him. Follow us. Like, share, subscribe, do all that. Culture Over Corporate TV, y'all.
God is love.
Let's get it.
Culture over corporate. XO, baby. Dave on the beat.